just fixing, getting my mic. I'm all a little bit. Oh, I forgot to close the live chat. What kind of people, really, I don't know, are that I get here? And so there's some really bad people out there. Good people. I wish I had good people. I'm going to, oops, I have to also start it. So I'm not prepared for this. Worse than before. Just going to pause this for a while. Thank you for waiting. Sorry about this. Okay, so thank God I found this video that's validating what I went through, what I'm going through. Uh, Tammy James reflection. I hope they don't attack this channel. My enemies, gang stalking, targeted individual, the energetic matrix, how gangs, so dot dot dot. And so I've been like this, and the people coming here not understanding, and they can even make you very violent. Although doesn't say much, like you have to. It's very difficult to. Although it says here, like we have to try and do our best we can to get above this life, right? No one said life is going to be easy, and people have lost their loved ones. And I can't even imagine. I lost my two sisters before I was born, and the other one was choked to death in infancy, both of them. Uh, After me, by the ayah maid caretaker, sorry, by the caretaker in Karachi. We were living in Karachi, Pakistan. My mother from Karachi, Pakistan. I'm getting these voices with a force. It's been too much. Like I can't even get up. I'm hungry. I want to have something, but very like lethargic. Like to heat heat up. So something, even a sandwich. Now my stomach. Even though I'm hungry, starving, like or haven't put much in my stomach. Only tea and all this. Uh, I can't get up. So a panic struck. Yeah. So that I'm going to expire. My internet was so if I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for the help of someone here. I'm so grateful. May God protect every country and from these terrorists. But just like that, so today I was someone was talking to me telepathically passing. Abhi the voices that are coming with force, like I couldn't avoid. I have to. Or since last night, the again it started intensely the molestation and all. देखो लोग कैसे आते हैं इधर और एक भी लाइक चले मैं भी डरी हुई हूँ कि हेलो ईशान. Are you the same Ishan that told me not to bring my problems out because I would lose subscribers? Here I'm losing. I have been losing my life. My life energy has been slipping away from me. Should I care about what that I would lose subscribers? The ink post. Thank you. Most welcome. Huh? Okay. What do you mean? Sorry. Yes. My life slipping away, and I shouldn't care about that. And no violations of private, no violation of human rights. No one should bring the story out, like a lady who brought her story out, how she was raped by her husband and then her father-in-law. And you're saying we shouldn't bring this out, that we would lose subscribers, and this is ongoing. And you're telling me on uh, Arisha's channel this? आप लोग कैसे लोग हैं? मुझे तो ये समझ में नहीं आता है। और एक आता है मुझे पूछ रहा है क्या हुआ? What? Who is saying that? Didn't you say this on Ishan? Used to come with the heart in the middle. Who are you then? I don't understand. Who's saying that? Arisha's channel live stream. I was there. Remember, you told me, Zara, I've been on your channel, coming on your live stream. Remember me? I said, yes, I remember you. I was talking about you, aunt, and the black Ishan. You come with a double A in your name. No, you were Arisha's channel live stream, this live stream. You came there and you said, remember me? I come on your this live stream interview. After the interview, I came. I was late. Oh, a little bit. Sorry, not after the interview. No, no, Arisha's live stream. This is how they come and they really. I'm not saying don't talk about rape. No, no, I'm not. I'm not being raped here. Psychic. It's a psychic rape at times. You're not coming to the point. Ishan, okay, can you let me finish? Can you let me finish my case? Talk about my case, then you can. So Ishan was saying, sorry that you don't understand what I'm trying to say, and I don't know where you're going. You're all over the place. Ishan was telling me not to talk about it, so I came. And now that I would lose subscribers on Arisha's, it's already very difficult to talk. I will survive. No, no. What black magic stories in Pakistan and all this? My aunt was, there is some, what are you talking about? You told me not to give my personal information and not to talk about my story at all. Not specifically. You didn't say specifically on black magic. Where have you said this on Arisha's channel? Look what you said on Arisha's channel. Go and check, right? Right at the end. You didn't say specifically don't talk about when did I say? I never said you will lose subscribers. I said about Islam. You said since you're talking about Shia Islam against Shia Islam helping, you shouldn't be. What I asked you why? You said you said don't talk about your personal thing. Look what you've written. Are you here texted or posted in the live stream, live chat? Okay, Abbas Gokal. Do you know Abbas Gokal? Do you know Yusuf Zaidi? Is that my aunt? I have a mysterious case. Do you know about distance? You don't know anything about me, right? Ishan, you don't know anything about me. Where are you from? What's your real name? What's your last name? What's your last name? You come here distracting me again. You're lying. Why are you lying? You said you first one number one. Oh, Narisha, you're talking to me. You said I didn't even talk to you. Also, you're mentally in. Oh, uh, so this Ishan is a liar, distracting me. I have a case here. So what happened in Karachi American School? Before Karachi American School, I'm going to repeat my case, and I'm going to not watch. I've closed the chat for myself. I'm not looking at the comments right now. I need to finish. Yeah. So this here Ishan came right now. ex-Muslim Arisha Babar Rajput's live stream. I was there. Story of an ex-Muslima, why she left Islam. Okay. Now, what happened is it's a very big thing for me, at least, right? I feel like some Shias are using terrorism, using Sunni undercover. Like I don't have the what do you want to call it evidence, but I have to say this. Like in Europe, someone just taking the gun and killing someone, and all this, or recently, what's happened in Liverpool, and the violence and all. So it's going to be very complicated to talk about this. Okay, I have to Shahudi, my friend in childhood, uh, bomb blast. So Samira auntie, so this right. Samira auntie was I didn't know that, but she was connected and she was a family friend of the Gokuls, Mustafa uncle and Masuma auntie. And later on, I found out that Samira auntie was a younger sister of Masuma auntie, the wife of Mustafa Gokul, right? And they were very great and all this, no doubt about that. But something about Abbas Gokul. So, um, so what happened is my Samira auntie, because Shahudi, Samira auntie's daughter, and Askari uncle, her husband, used to come to our place, and then I would tell my mother, call them, I'm feeling bored, like at night, like lonely or something, and call them, like my friend. I mean, I want to see my friend in the nighttime. They would evening time or afternoon or something. So then Askari uncle would drive and bring her and bring them. I mean, come with the family, with his family, right? So so one day Samira auntie told my mother, let's go to the home exhibition. So look at the instincts, right? I'm going to hope you have patience to bear with me here. So home exhibition, we were there. This was like before 1977. 1977, I joined Karachi American School. We went to Karachi, back to Karachi in the summer. We left, we left London for good this time, like just go there for vacations now. So, home exhibition, Samira auntie was very keen in going to the home exhibition 1976. Um, right, so we go there. I think for whenever I'd go to my mother's room with Shahudi, her mother would be there, and I think it's like a few days before, like they were coming in the afternoon, and she was telling my mother that we'll go to the home exhibition. Okay, we'll go to the home exhibition, and she was very keen about it, and she's the one who said we're going to go. So she had a only daughter, Shahudi, right? So my mother takes me and my brother, younger brother, and Samir auntie takes her younger daughter, and we were very young, right? We go to the home exhibition. This is the home exhibition, 1976 home exhibition, ideal home exhibition, April 2nd, 1976. We go to the home exhibition, and so Shahudi tells her mother, Samira auntie, that, Mama, let's go home. The moment we reached there, and her mother saying, Shahudi, abhi to aaye hain. Uh, we've just come. And now Shahudi was like, Mama, let's go home. So then she kept repeating, Shahudi kept repeating. So before the bomb blast happened, we left because Samira auntie told my mother, okay, my daughter doesn't, wants me to go home. So they came back to our place. They came back to our place, and since we would have, so they didn't go home. Askari, I think then Askari uncle called because in his office or something, with watching the TV, the news reached him somehow that there was this bomb blast. where we were. So we're like, oh, so whatever. So we found out, oh, there was this bomb blast, right? And we didn't open the TV or anything, but just a bomb blast there. And after we have come back, so these are the instincts of Shahudi, a child, not mine, not even my brother's. Uh, you know, so we missed this bomb blast. I think during the way home, back home, in a taxi, this happened. Okay, so nothing with children, we don't even know what are the casualties, what is the damage done. They kept it away from us. My mother didn't even open the TV or anything. Neither did Samir auntie. They were in the room, my mother's bedroom, talking and all this. Right. So this and so forget about this, right? There was some okay, Shahudi had this, and then my mother was telling Askari uncle. Okay, Askari uncle was telling my mother that I get tired sometimes, and he always his car used to skid somewhere near his house. He would tell us. He would tell my mother. Sorry, not I mean my mother over here that my car always skids, or my uncle. He was a good friend of my uncle too, right? And my father was traveling, so my father was hardly around in London. But I think maybe he was telling my uncle and my mother also, so when his wife, Samira auntie and all, we were there, and he would say, my car always skids at this place, this road near my house, even though there's no fog. London, we used to get fog and all this. We used to get foggy. I don't know why. Anyways, that, so then this, and then, okay. And then he would say, okay, you know, tell my mother that he gets tired from home, and then he has to, when, like coming home, and then he gets tired, like you tell us to come home to your place, and he's driving, and, he said, I'm driving and I get tired. So my mother told him that, Askari, bye, brother, you will get a Mercedes, and you will get a chauffeur, meaning a driver with a uniform, and all that. You will get a chauffeur. So he said, ba- uh, he told my mother that, ठीक है ये तो मैं समझ सकता हूँ, I can understand Mercedes, because give me some time, I'm trying to translate it in Urdu. They were speaking outside the house, outside our house. Right, we were seeing them off. So um, right next to his car parked outside our house. So my mother said, you will get in these months, and I think like 6 months, 9 months, I don't know, it's like 7 months. And he said, okay. He told my mother, I can understand Mercedes, but Mustafa Gokul जैसे के पास chauffeur नहीं है, like very rich, more rich than Askari uncle, definitely. So Mustafa, uh, Mustafa जैसे के पास, Mustafa Bhai जैसे के पास, Mustafa Gokul meaning, yeah, brother Mustafa doesn't have a chauffeur. Mercedes, I can understand, like in 6 months or something. But even then, and then you're saying a chauffeur also with the Mercedes, a chauffeur. And he got it within that year, or the 6 months, or whatever months my mother had given him. He got the chauffeur with, like, uniform, hat and black jacket. So, anyways, we were children, so, miracles happen. I wasn't shocked, resilient. That also, let it be. I see the instincts and the prayer of my mother for another person. Then they're coming in Mercedes with the chauffeur, really, in reality. Okay, you believe me or not, but I have to. So I have to start like this, right? So that later on, you would see that the details, when I repeat it, because I don't have evidence for the 1976. My mother's passed away, Samira auntie passed away, Shahudi and I don't know where Shahudi is right now. My brother might not remember, he was there, you were too young. And so this, so then what's happened? Okay, then I joined Karachi American School, and funnily, strangely enough, there comes a boy in 1977 when we left London. We had a house there, we were living there, and then we'd go for vacations to Karachi. But now, back in Karachi, 1977, we've come back for good, and we've joined the school, Karachi American School. And I wasn't that close to. I don't think so. I wasn't seeing Mr. Sof after school, but I was seeing this in my class. Adam was there, 1977, Karachi American School, third grade. So this, and he was British. He had a British accent, and he would what he would do is he came to Karachi American School. I don't know. I joined, and I wasn't. And then he also left in third grade. I didn't see him in fourth grade. Okay, or maybe So, but I think he left. Yeah, and that was his last year in Karachi American School, third grade, 1977 to 1978. So he was kind of very a hypocrite, right? Child, like he would be very good with Mr. Sa during PE physical education period class, and then period, and then he would after that we had to line up and go back to our class, you know, third grade, Mrs. Kitchener and Mrs. Chandio's class, third grade, our teachers, Mrs. Kitchener and Mrs. Chandio. So we had to line up, like this was not high school, this was elementary, right? So from PE, Mr. Sa would make us line up, our sports teacher, physical education teacher, and then we'd go. And the moment we reach a little, like we're going out of gym, a little bit out, or can't remember exactly, like, so out of the gym, or maybe a little bit reaching the gym gate, Adam would start abusing Mr. Sa, and really like saying bad things, bad mouthing her. And I would be surprised every time this would happen. Every time, so I thought there are some kids, they do this, and but okay, so I ignored it. So it was happening every time we had PE, and I think we had PE on Tuesdays. That's when I wanted to go to school. Definitely not miss school. Otherwise, I would do not want to go to karate school. So, so then what happened is one day at the pool area, Miss Tissa and Adam are speaking, and they're on the other side, and again very nicely and smiling, and they're very, and I would be happy for them. But what once in a French class, Mrs. Hardy's class, I wanted to give him a kick in the rear, right? I could have, they could have kicked me out of Karachi American School very, very soon, as soon as I joined. So in retrospect, I've been thinking like that. Oh, and oh, sorry, before we came back to Karachi, there was a neighbor, Indian neighbor, a tall girl. Uh, she invited us to her house, my brother and I. My brother remembered this for a long time. So she locked us up in her lounge for 20, 15 minutes. And we're like knocking and we're so dressed. Li- open the door, open the door. She locked us in, locked us up. So and then we've invited her. And she's even come to our house. And we locked her up downstairs in the kitchen. And there's sorry, no, no, no. Outside our kitchen is there was this also a bathroom, small, and there was this storeroom, right? And in between, like a bathroom door, I think we locked. and we locked her up in that storeroom. So my mother came down and she was like, "Hey, what are you doing? No, no." We said, "She locked us up in the lounge for 15-20 minutes, this Hindu girl in London." My mother said, "No, no, no, take her." I said, like we're waiting, like we were. So we opened the door and we let her go. Like we were waiting, we're going to punish her the way she locked us up. So we're going to get back at her. Anyhow, back to Karachi American School. So this, and I'm thinking, so the bomb blast and happening, the IRA claimed it. Anyhow, so this British boy, oh yeah, so I thought, because parents, whatever they, then thank God he left. Okay, so oh no, before leaving, like I told, I just the one time, I said, okay, now I decided to tell Mr. Shah that this Adam is talking behind your back, filth, and bad mouthing you so badly. And so when I told her, right, I told her and whatever. So she told me that I'm jealous, and I wasn't. And this is not the time that I started a friendship with her or anything, right? We became this not the time. This was first year, and yeah. So second year we started. I started to see her off after school and all this. We became family friends. Second year in Karachi American School. So I would have been kicked out. I really felt like I have written it in my diary. All my diaries are old diary, also a Karachi American School notebook, that I felt like giving Adam a kick on his rear back. This is how I remember, because I used to journal, write, and have a diary and write poetry and all this also. Then in retrospect, like maybe someone wanted me out. I really wanted to give him a rear kick. It was Mrs. Hadi. My father told me that I'm exempt. I don't have to take Urdu. So you take French, and my brother took Urdu class. So he was with Mrs. Anyways, I was with Mrs. Hadi, Pakistani Mrs. Hadi teacher, French teacher, but she wasn't from France. She wasn't French. She was Pakistani. So we're sitting there, and the bad mouthing he was doing, and Mrs. Hadi had come in, or she hadn't come from teachers' lounge, and for this we used to leave our class, like our third grade classroom, just for the French, and go to, oh yeah, like we used to change the class for French. And but in elementary, we hardly changed our classroom. Like going from in high school, a lot. We had lockers and all this, and we used for every subject change our classroom. So yeah, so we're sitting in this classroom, French, Mrs. Hardy's, and he's all the time he doesn't stop bad mouthing Miss Dissa, the Goan Pakistani Catholic Christian teacher, right? Sports teacher. And she was very jolly with it and very, friendly with the other two boys, and Rehan and Nasir Baloch, Zairi. And I never like, she was like Charlie and Rehan, and I felt Nasir Baloch were very close. Like, she was very friendly. I think she loved boys or something more. I didn't think about that, okay? But no, no. But, she was very friendly with, and nothing, right? I didn't complain about Rehan. Oh, they didn't do anything. They were, so nothing. It's not my problem. They were friendly, and that's great, Mr. South. So not never did I think, oh, she's prejudiced or she loves boys more or she like. Now it's just a matter of, now they've made me say things that made me think the judgments is, I'm sick and tired of this, compelling me to do certain bad things and violence. And when I could tell these people, respond to them, and can't even speak properly about my case, and these people, they come here, see. Okay, so very difficult. Okay, then what happened is then another thing happened. Uh, Miss Tissa was very, when we became family friends, Miss Tissa and I, Miss Tissa told me after school we're friends when she was locking her office door in the gym, Karachi American School. And I thought inside, but I didn't say anything. Like, you are my family, you're like my grandaunt. And how can we be, okay, she's elderly to me. But like I can be, like we can't be friends, but we can be like she can be my mentor, my grandaunt, friends. But when she told me after school we're friends. Anyways, that was something. And she accepted me as a friend after school. And then she used to come to my birthdays and all. One birthday she came to, no, wait. So there was a Muharram time, and Khadija Zaidi was my classmate and friend in Karachi Medical School now. And this was high school or sixth grade, 1983. So, no, before that. So I went to, my father was in Singapore. So now in the summer, sometimes Singapore. So for vacations, to meet my father. And so my father's in Singapore. Miss Tissa held a dancing class in Maharam first. My friend, classmate Khadija Zaidi, being a and being a Shia, she didn't participate from first Muharram when Miss Tissa had started the dancing. She didn't participate dancing, right? And so do si do and take your partner's hand, all this. So it went on. Second Muharram, third Muharram, fourth. So I looked at Khadija Zaidi and I was like, no, no, I can't. I can't participate now. I have to stop this. So I called my father, Singapore, and from Karachi, and I told him I don't want to participate and all this. Anyways, bottom line is that so Khadija Zaidi. And then my father said, no, no, this is a school thing. You participate. I'm like, no, 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 no. And anyways, I used to take a holiday on 10th Muharram, 9th and 10th Muharram from school. But 7th Muharram, so I decided on my own. So got a letter from my mother, and I got a sign and saying that we're not, it's Muharram, and can you please exempt her from? However, I wrote that letter and made my mother sign. And then I went to Miss Tissa's house and she told me, you're lying about this. Your father, somehow she knew that my father had allowed me. And I never told her. It was over the phone, Singapore. Karachi, Singapore. Oh, God. So I don't know how she knew. And she said, you were lying. You lied in the letter. Oh, God. Okay, I said, yes. But, I should have written the letter different, even if one parent could. But the way I wrote it, okay. So then, then Khadija Zaidi's father, Khadija Zaidi once introduced me. Her father was humble, so great, right? Such a great person. It was so nice. So at the stadium, the gym stadium steps, Khadija Zaidi came with her father and she said, Baba, this is my friend and classmate, Laila, Zahra Laila. And I said, hello, and he said, hello. And I said, hello. And, okay, so that's it, right? A very nice man. Then he used to work in Abu Dhabi. That stadium steps where Mr. Sa really got angry at me. I say, she told me that there's some Mayman Sara Dada were, she was the substitute, teacher substitute. Later on, I just said, oh, she got engaged, uh, again or something. Miss Tissa was like, you don't say that. And Miss Tissa herself told me that Sarah Dada and Shabnam Dada, like my father knows their father, right? Dada family, Neyman. So, okay, so they're the steps, anyways. Later on, so okay, I met Khadija Zaidi's father, and that's it. They left, and so we, for a short time, on those stadium steps, gym, Karachi, Mexico. Something's happening. So when Miss Tissa later, so the 1983 birthday, my birthday, after my birthday, we're very happy. Miss Tissa, doesn't, is not, when she comes to my house, she doesn't like her pictures being taken by me, but the picture man or someone took one, she allowed one picture, and she wouldn't like me to, so we were so happy, like I would, affection on her because, we rarely had those moments together where she's not disciplining me or she's not telling me, don't do this, do that. One thing she said that, like, your dress, let me, your scarf, so I looked down, white dress. I was like, oh. But so when we had these moments at home, she came to our place, dinner, sometimes my aunt's birthday. So I would, ask the Maiman Rafiq Batwawi to bring the camera on us, and then I'd kiss her on her cheek, and so wild, going wild, with affection on Miss Tissa, because we never had such moments. Anyways, so it looked like we were very happy, and I was happy, and now I'd grown up, so this picture of mine, Facebook, this and with her on my birthday. So what happened is after the birthday, and on that birthday also I had a fight. Oh, my friends had a fight with me, the ones newcomers in my family, like their eldest sister was now in my family and married, and the other one was engaged to my father's other, younger brothers. They came and they made a face and very funny, strange acting. And then Masuma, our mutual friend, told me, like, I didn't know what's going on. Like, why aren't they? Miss Decide to go. And I'm like, wait, Miss Decide, don't go in. I was, so she said, they're not playing, they're not singing. The dole, and make it like a really shadi or mix up thing. And sometimes we used to play games, or this time it was like Mehndi, kind of like we used to have in Karachi American School, Spirit Day. So today's green and gold day, and today you wear like, a clown, wear clothes like a clown, or things like that. So I also experiment with my birthday, on my birthdays. And so what happened is, after the thing, very happy. So one thing, I don't know what happened, and Mr. Sa said, wait a minute, I just have to pause again. Sorry, to keep you waiting. So Mr. Sa said that, whatever, what? Oh, sorry, excuse me. So, what did Mr. Sa say? Oh, so then after the birthday, said, "Oh, you don't let me go here." Whatever happened, I don't know what happened, that she stopped talking to me. And then there was a plane crash. and Khadija Zaidi. And Khadija Zaidi's eldest sister had graduated and she must have gone, she had gone to now America. Her brother was there, Akbar Zaidi, and the youngest sister was Khadija, right? So they lost their father in this plane, right? Tragedy. Gulf Air. And my father was traveling also in Gulf Air a lot, going to Dubai, Karachi, and also that and this, that. And we went to the house, right? The Gulf Air 1983 crash. And then maybe in retrospect, that's why Miss Dissa told me about Sarah Dada, a tall lady. So I'm like, in retrospect, like my case, mysterious case, I have that on Facebook. I've made a page on that mysterious case. So what happened is, yeah. So I have to. Sarah Dada got engaged. So Miss Dissa told me on the after the steps, there's a area, right, and then you go out. So you climb the stadium. We used to climb the stadium steps in the gym, and then go out. So this area after the steps, stadium steps. Miss Dissa tells me there that Sarah Dada brought sweets, and I knew that she was engaged, and then it broke, right, and we knew that, right? And she told me like she brought laddus and they were very tasty. So the laddus, the suji ka laddu, or what we call it, suji ke laddu, or laddus. Okay. These we call it laddus, but in India also, and uh, but this is very common, laddu, not oh laddu. Sorry. Hmm? Look at the colors in this laddu, right? So Gulf Fair, red, green, and gold. Oh, and green and gold was Karachi American School's color, our color, right? For sports and all, green and gold. If Pakistani laddu, it's Wikipedia, I just so it has a little bit, it's like this one has white. No, no, see, that's why maybe I should put Suj. So it has red. It had red, like right, Gulf colors. Some of green also. Gulf fresh. So Khadija Zaidi's father, and it was Eid al-Adha, so he had come to meet his family, and then to Karachi, and then he was going to go back to Abu Dhabi. Okay, I'm just searching. So now we've gone to the place, and Miss Dissa's not talking to me, and then the majlis started. I remember started to cry, and Sasha put her hand on me, like it's like Sasha wasn't a Shia, right? It was on Zainab, and I think losing her brother Hussein. Is yeah, on the loudspeaker, ladies majlis inside their house. Khadija said this. So this coincidentally, many years after, like I've done my O levels, I'm in St. Michael's, or even left St. Michael's, and I'm in college, and I saw Khadija at with a friend or someone seaside. And I was with my aunt. So aunt, I remember my aunt saying, oh, मुझे तो खाना इधर खाना मिलेगा. Like, oh, look, this I can smell. Let's go for the food and all this. We went to this New Year's party there. seaside, and the seaside is where this plane crashed, an asphyxiation. So when we left our old house in 1988 after O levels. I did my O levels. We left our old house in Karachi, went to a new house. I was getting asphyxiated during my sleep, and you can't get up, like you're nailed while sleeping, while asleep, and also asphyxiation. Thank God my friend had given me, Shia friend, she had written it down. Like I didn't know the four goals in Arabic. I could just read it in English translation. So she wrote it down in Roman, English, Arabic, how do you say, transliteration of four goals, and she said, take this. She wrote all on one page. She was in St. Joseph's. I wasn't. So thanks to her the four goals, small ones, but still in transliteration. So I learned it from, she said, no, you read this. Nazar Hasad, there could be this something, or I told her something, or something we're talking about. She said, you take this and you read this. So Nade Ali, though I knew, right? In Nade Ali, I knew in Arabic, Nade Ali and Mazar Allah Joya. From childhood, Auntie Lily Begum's Iranian school. So I would have this also, like, and like someone's trying to asphyxiation. Uh, like, I can't breathe. Thank God in the new house now, and having dreams that the thieves are coming and they want to rape us, or I'm so scared that they would rape us. Okay, they can take the things, but not to rape us or touch us, right? So I would like, what shall we do? How shall I get out of this? How shall we get out of my mother and every one of us? So, like, and then I'm thinking that I should just lie dead, or, but even then, like, how am I dead? So I was having recurring dreams. And then every time in my mother's room, a lot, asphyxiation attacks during sleep. I couldn't get up and I can't breathe also. I don't know how I survived that. In the new house, 1989. So here we have, a long time ago, my grand aunt in Muharram. So how I started to suspect my aunt, her son later on, who went to America. This I was told by her, someone very close to her, that she does black magic. Oh, she goes to black magician. Sorry, my so this also, and then someone could be jealous that we've gone to a new house and all, so attacking me. And at that time, I didn't believe in black magic, although it was around me, like the people would talk or something. But I didn't want to get into these things. I kept my mind away from these things. Uh, but once I went down into, I went to my father and said, asphyxiation. Okay, so you see, instantly by asphyxiation. And in college now, 1990, no matter how much water I didn't like the taste. So I would have Pepsi, cold drink, and thank God my father made lassi. So, yogurt drink. So that would be good for me. But no amount of water, and it would quench my thirst, and then asphyxiation. So does this have to do with Jabal Ali? Jabal Ali. So it's near. Is it near Jabal Ali? I think is near the. It's a port, right? Jabal Ali. So the water and Khadija Zaidi, and father, Jabal Ali. Let me check Jabal Ali. Oh, and my aunt's house in Muharram, opposite Imam Bari. Okay, so there is a board here. And so there's water. So this kitchen. So my aunt told my grand aunt. And anyways, Ishan, why not talk about these things in detail? You see, I don't have evidence, so I also have to talk about this because if I don't talk in detail, then how would they believe me? I was talking about your aunt and the black magic stories. But why not? People are talking about psychic attacks. Okay, I've banned him. I'm just talking to myself. You won't be able to answer. I'm not saying, I'm just Ishan. I'm not saying don't talk about rape. No, you were saying generally not to talk. Psychic rape. That's also, that could be due to black magic. So what are you talking about? I don't know what this Ishan is talking about. Anyways, I banned him from here. You see how people, I will lose subscribers. It, this is serious, for God's sakes, Ishan. Look at these Indians. They say they're Indians. They come here. This is serious, chronic, ongoing since year 2000. I don't care if I've won, please. And I would come here saying authorities concerned. Okay. So yeah, it's very, like, it's very, I don't know how much percent of energy they've left in me. Even the rape thing is not like a physical rape, like someone has raped me. It's black magic. Do you know? So these people make life difficult. Very difficult, really. I don't know what. I know what I'm doing with my life, and those who understand me, know me, and believe in me, and know what I'm doing, and know what I can do, and understand everything. They don't tell me what to do with my life, and losing subscribers, and he's lying. He said that. Arisha said, my goodness, these people are lying on our faces. And then they say, शुक्र है बूब भाई का चैनल का वो लाइव स्ट्रीम आ रहा था that night. Control, how people control. And they were, someone else also in the live chat comment helped me. I said, is it that these Christian Indians and all, and Muslims also, are, they changed their names and they disguised as Hindus, coming here to give a bad name to Hindus? So one answered me there, said, "Yeah, sure, this happens." And these kind of Ishan kind of people, you see, they could be one of the gangs, gang stalkers like these, gang stalking, doing gang stalking, and the energetic how these gangs work. It's been very difficult, and thank God this time I found videos on this, amazing videos like this. I haven't found before on YouTube. I searched so much. Tammy James reflection channel. Very hard to. Who is doing this? Okay, so there now terrorism. Now, sometimes suspecting Abbas Gokul's wife, Rukaya Gokul. And you know what these Shias are doing? They could be undercover. In London, Abbas Gokul's case, and sometimes suspecting an aunt who has passed away long time ago, 1990, when I joined college, I think, or before I joined St. Joseph's College. Can't remember exactly. I know my grandfather, her father, my mother's father, and her father passed away in 1990. I was in college, I think 1990. Oh, okay, during. And so, anyways, so this, see, very difficult. और वैसे भी तो एक्स मुस्लिम्स मुझे बहुत डर भी लगता है मुझे and I flip also, right? The control, the what, how they want to provoke you, and they can make you mad and can make you want to kill someone, or थोड़ी थोड़ी बात पे नफसा नफसी anger, provocate. Oh God, the worst, worst. So no, no, not my aunt only, but Abbas Gokul's wife told me. I used to go there to the house. So Kaina was my friend, like Shahudi in London before 1977. For 3 years we were there. So she used to give me these ice cream scoops, and I was kind of, I liked her, like attached to her. So I know her birthday. She's a Leo and all this. I have it written in my diary, right? And how, you know how Abbas Gokul's case was very difficult for the investigation team, investigators to find evidence. And like a Sean were creating obstacle, a lot of obstacle. Even the juries got sick in Old Bailey court, where Abbas Gokul's. And then I've met his wife. His daughter wasn't even talking to me at Shahudi's wedding in Karachi. They had, I think Ruqayya Abbas Gokul's wife had come, and she got very angry at me, like, "What have you done in Karachi?" Now I had left Karachi American School, and their policy was they couldn't take me back when I wanted to go back. But I didn't know that they would also like completely separate me from Istisa. It was extremely painful those years. And Ruqayya Babi has just come from Geneva for Shahudi's wedding and Zuhair Habib's wedding. And she's telling me Jamila Auntie Habib's place there up there, outside, where now, very clever. All the people have left, and only I and her are there. And she's shouting at me, "What have you done in Karachi American School?" and all that. I went and told my father, "What is this?" Well, I was very sad, like, इसने ये रुकैया अब्बास गोखल है ना, इसने गोकुल तो मेरी ऐसी आ लगी, बोलते नहीं है, like, I don't know, but I think it's because of this woman. My father used to give my mother that in London, that to see how she is with her husband always. She doesn't complain or crib against. Well, even my father used to complain about my mother's uh, food. He never used to like what she made, her hand. Okay, so, or, and then he would give the example of Ruqayya Abbas Gokul to my mother and say, "Look, behind every successful man, there is a woman." Right? So, and Ruqayya Abbas Gokul का हमेशा every time example deta tha to my mother in London. Now, Abbas Gokul fell, right? So, BCCI fraud, finally, it was very difficult, and to get evidence, and then the juries, if 4 out of 3, then it would have been terrible. Like the case would have closed, because I think, for if how many juries were there, members, and the jury members. How many were there? Jurors, and three. I don't know. I was reading. I keep forgetting. Sorry. So some of them fell sick also, right? And the case would have been closed if all of them, if another one, if another juror would have fallen sick. So now I was thinking behind, if behind every successful man, there's a woman, daddy, and they were like our family friends. They were my family friends. They had shipping, Gokul Shipping Company Corporation here, even in the Gulf and everywhere, around the world. Okay, so my aunt passes away. Now, who's doing black? If she was doing it in retrospect, I'm thinking maybe. And they've sent spies. They could. Rukaya Bobby. Oh, sorry, my father calls her that. Rukaya Abbas Gokul's wife turned out outside our new house in Karachi. She's again come to Karachi. Oh, that's when the case Abbas Gokul came to Karachi, and he wouldn't go back to London or Geneva. So they left, and she has come to look for a house. And my father met her outside, and she said, "Come, come." She should have come to meet my mother. Like, no, no, I'm in a hurry. I'm going. So they knew where my Karachi house was. This means that they could send. So I had very many suspects in my mind. But in London, who could do this? Like, get the IRA to do something so crazy when Samira auntie and I, oh, my mother, we all, very strange. And what could Ishan be hiding? You see this. So when I was reading about distance mind control, it's like report everything, keep it on record, like this for the authorities concerned. I have to expose this, right? Yeah, for the authorities. Why isn't it going back? Oh, sorry, I'm live again. YouTube stopped unexpectedly. It does that on these devices. Then I have to uh, no, what do you call it? So actually, there was jealousy also, and they used to compare, like, who do you love? Who would you like more, our daughter or mirror, mirror on the wall? Who's the not like that? Like, who's the fairest of them all? Oh, and then my father, like Rukaya Babi. Oh, because Yasin. My father told me they're trying to for Sukaina and Yasin. Now Yasin's proposal had come to me when we were in London. Uh, Masuma auntie and Abbas, Mustafa uncle had brought the proposal. So my father told them that she's supposed to marry. Her name is my eldest uncle's son. Oh, my eldest uncle's son. Yeah. So his eldest brother's son. So that's why I cannot. Sorry. They both came to our house in London. Mustafa uncle and Samira. Oh, Masuma auntie. And then I found out later on that Masuma auntie and Samira auntie are sisters. Masuma auntie is the eldest sister. And when Samira auntie, so now later on when I'm about to go to London, and we used to go to Khalik Dinar's hall, right, for majlises, Maharam majlises. And now Samira auntie had, I don't know, we met them. Askari uncle was driving the car, and we were in the car too, listening to the majlis, Maharam majlis. Oh, he's, acha, acha, he's removed. come back and remove. I never said this. See how, what a liar. Ooh, and what a way, what a clever man. Check his, so Samira auntie told my father, said, hi, how are you? Samira, after a long time. So it's, we couldn't meet like, it's Muharram and like we would, oh, Samira auntie. Anyways, when I was like, because, I had chronic fatigue by then, and there were times when I would say, don't take a herbal sedative, like herbal relaxant kind. But you should, I need to wake myself up. I've become very dull, depressed over the years and sleeping and low blood pressure and all this. And I felt I needed steroid. Even bones hurting me. My bones started to hurt me side and my left foot. Ernestine, my school teacher, St. Michael's and St. Michael's sports teacher, was telling me how to, do the exercise with my left leg so that my ankle that was hurting would get well and be stronger. And I felt I had lost energy. Baseball, I mean, I could hit that ball in Karachi Michael School. And since childhood, I've been in London, a sports girl and very tomboyish, always outside. Go to the channel. अच्छा और ये शिया ईशान बव बवसर ईशाना ईशाना अब्स above Ishana. What is this? I don't know how to pronounce this. So I thought a long time ago that I should now. It was in year 2000 too much, and I said I have to go door by door if I have to stop. Like it's sort of this black magic rampant in Karachi, and things or someone misbehaves on the road, or this eve teasing, or this following of cars. Now we should follow them and not give them a ride and leave it. Not go to the police because that's a jungle, they would give bribes. Oh, so I would teach them a lesson. I would take the law in my own hands for that. And this time, when my aunt was, and we were suffering a lot. So someone told me that you should take help. Now I'm doing my law in London, and oh God, now I have to take help. Like now, spiritual jihad against this woman. By a clairvoyant, I was told that there's someone who's jealous of your mother and father. Now, she said there are people who are jealous, there are many, but there's only one witch. She said, that in your Middle East, I told her I'm from Middle East. So she said, in your Middle East, there's a lot of nazar, evil eye, and all this jealousy. Like one person going up and you want to bring that person down, not that you're happy for that person, right? I was like, anyways, but so that means East and Pakistan and also. So she was a lady who could just you just sit in front of her. And she told me my symptoms, like, how have you come here? That was 1996. I haven't got, like, now I just jumped and got to 1996, London. Hmm. And in London also, like I met Ruqayya Abbas Gokul coincidentally at Knightsbridge Pakistani consulate. All of a sudden, the next time I go there, it was only £10 visa, right, to go back to Karachi. Like I needed a visa because I have a foreign passport. We're not allowed dual nationality. The next time I go there, my father said, "Okay, you come here," and it's like £60 visa for Karachi. I w- £60. It went from £10, and it was like when we used to go there. When in my childhood, I think it was stuck on £10, maybe because it Where did from six? Even the ticket that I got from as a student ticket, Emirates Airline would it's like 100 say bhi kitna 110 pounds or what? Like student ticket. ये तो 60 visa for Pakistan. I would never. I'm a student there, and I have to. I'm on a budget this time. There was a time my father was filthy rich. We didn't. So, but now I'm on a budget from 10 to 60 pounds. My father said, yes, because now maybe my country, so our Arab country has raised the price of the visa for the Pakistanis. And don't worry, I'll come here, and this time I'll get you a multiple visa. You're a friend. And of course, you can do it. Of course, you can. You don't have to know a friend, sorry. But I'll get you a multiple visa for Pakistan. So you don't have to buy it from. Oh, yeah, buy the visa from London. Go to Knightsbridge all the time. We used to go in childhood. I remember. I met Rukaya and Sukaina. So Rukaya told me, Rukaya Baskoka, can you help me my husband's case? And I said, sorry, I'm um, I've just started. I'm a student in first year, law student. But 60 pounds, 30 pounds, 60 pounds, 30 pounds, 60, 30, 30 pounds. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. So, sorry, I can't remember exactly. I'm just, most probably it went so up that, that I, I mean, I would have, what? For Pakistan, this, it's not worth it, right? Strange. And then she gave me a number. She was living where Mustafa uncle's are in London. And so I hope the name doesn't come out. So I'm back in my okay, there's a Gujarati student who comes to our urban college, and she's in our and she starts to call spirits. Ouija board. One day I come down from in my hostel, and she's in my hostel too, and she starts to call spirits, and the coin is moving. And then in the smoking room one day she showed us. I'm scared, and I could see inside him, and all this. And we had bad luck, and Chris was with me also at time. And so Chris and Chris also asked something from the spirit. And no, and I was scared and everything. And she herself told me, I was laughing. She said, the spirit is saying, tell her to always remember God, you know, alphabet by alphabet on the Ouija board. And so that was in the lounge, a non-smoking room, lounge, non-smoking lounge room. Once I said, "What are you doing?" Oh my God, I couldn't sleep in the nights, and God then helped me. Like I had a dream that Imam Sahib Zaman has come, Imam Mahdi, my 12th Imam, and he gives me a Quran. And then my mother gave me the same kind of silver. But on that Quran, the same size. On my palm, it fit. It was something. When I went back, I saw this in London, the dream, and they ask him, why have you come? And he says he's come for my mother. He takes my mother's name. And my aunt is also a younger aunt, youngest sister of my mother sitting there. So all three of us were there. And I take refuge in Allah from Shaitan because he's tall and he's wearing shalwar kameez blue or something very like he's in a very deceive. He's like clean, dirty, whatever. He looks ugly. Sorry, or his face is like he's got he doesn't have a beard. He doesn't have a mustache. So I got scared. Maybe it's although it was announced that Imam Sahib Zaman is coming, and then thank God they couldn't do anything to Emirates Airline like what they did to Gulf Air. And yeah, so now in London, 1996, clairvoyant has already told me. Thank God I didn't think about these things. And one night, like when my friends came from college, Aroma and all that, they were living in the hostel, so they came. They were dressed as, they took their white sheets, bed sheets, dressed as ghosts, and they came outside my room and they started to scream and shout, "Boo!" and this and that. It wasn't even Halloween. Maybe it wasn't even. There's a day, another day for this person. Sorry, I can't remember now. So I opened and it wasn't for that. But like I opened the Quran because I was very scared. The lady had told me this woman, which one who does black magic on you, she, what does she do? She sends evil spirits to make you think things. Okay, so now then Yusuf Zaidi, then on the, like they don't leave. So I opened the Quran in London and it came to Surah Israel that there are some people who want to scare you out of the city, but they will not remain therein. And, my eyes fell. I opened the Quran first. It's the Khara of the Quran. That's it. And when I came from that clairvoyant lady, I opened the Quran and Surah Nahl ayat came. The decree of Allah is coming. Seek you not to hasten it. Right? My God. Okay, so I'm waiting for, because jihad, I have to do jihad now against this woman who's. And another person then in Karachi told me that she's one of a kind. There is Jadoo. Like their spiritual guide has told them that he's like a jinn, right? Which is spirit. Like he's born 100,000 years since and he's alive. Jinns have longer life than human beings, right? So maybe like I asked her like how many years. He said in his whole life, he's not a human entity. He's not a human being. He's another entity. He told this lady, person, that in his life he hasn't seen someone like something like this. The jadoo she does, the black magic, and he can't. I said, why don't you send him to stop this woman? Like talk to her, maybe she'll understand. He said, I can't go near her. She's like a. Now I realized that there's this animal which is called the skunk who gives out a very bad for self-defense. So my aunt said, so this lady said that, okay, so, like, what about my aunt? And my aunt was also saying, like, there's someone, our uh, TVs, anything I buy new in uh, my mother's sister. What is, and even in our, whenever my father would go, the water machine pump is not working properly. It would stop working. The washing machine would stop working. Once my uncle called from Dubai, and I'm like lying there, because my father's away, and something's not working. And he said, "You don't sound good. Are you okay? Like, are you well? I, you sound." I said, "Yes, I'm not. I was." And that day my father's away, so he had called to say, father's sending money and you will get it on this day. So then who's doing this, right? So there were many and you can't trust anyone here, right? Even on like Boob Bai's channel control, and there these Muslims also, they're using through the Hindu, I heard. Now how much Hindus are, what, who is lying, who is telling the truth, even till this day, like we don't know, right? About Pahalgam, like the Pakistan is saying no, we didn't do it. India saying no, they did it. Pakistan saying they don't have sufficient evidence. India saying we have all the evidence, and I'm like in like this. Oh my God, what is that? What is this? But thank God this time India has been going to Doha, has gone to Doha, Kuwait, to have this talk that we cannot tolerate terrorism. And we should not. Something has to be done. Like in after. So I was thinking about Abbas Gokul and the problems. BCCI. I was reading his case that there were these CIA, FBI people. They're saying, "Be careful, no? They're having a talk with each other. Like we should protect our families because these people they had BCCI. But Abbas Gokul was not, but he had a stake or what he messed up BCCI, and he was caught a fraudster. Abadi was had a heart attack, died. Um, and how they caught him. So my father told me that I had told Abbas Gokul that when these lawyers and all they whoever approaches you from the investigation team, don't answer their phone. Don't answer them. Huh? So, and this is what they do also. And then they caught him at Frankfurt airport in the plane. And maybe God help Germany, God help UK, London. And I thought now, in retrospect, God help. So, and America, because he was the friend of the American president then, or the American president's secretary, right? State secretary. How do you say it? So he felt that they had betrayed him. They said, "Come here, we will keep you safe. We won't." But they gave him in, like they didn't help him at Frankfurt. So he felt betrayed by America also. So when 9/11, I didn't know, but now in retrospect, how they put it on Jews and all the Jews. And my cousin was there. This one, the his mother that I suspected in him for the Gulf Air crash, because she was a stewardess long time ago, and there was a thing between her and me in my childhood in London. Something also came out in Karachi when she was abusing, cursing my father. My mother was complaining that but she also was a stewardess, right? So I told her that what you did in London and all this. So her husband heard that, right? When she was abusing, cursing my father. And so the Gulf Air crash, I suspected. And then there was my cousin also, David Qasim. Now he's been stabbed to death in America. So he was there in the Twin Towers. He was working there in one of the Twin Towers. But he told me his alarm clock. He's very, one time I told him that there's a party. This our friend has invited us in the daytime. He said, "No, no, you go. I'm working and all this." He was very punctual for his work, very ambitious and all this. Even his mother, like very active and punctual and hardworking people. So they wouldn't miss their work for anything. All right. So he told. So that day, he set his alarm clock, the Twin Towers, and 9/11 happened. And that he told me because our uncle is in America, right? So my our uncle, my mother's brother, was like, he watched the TV and he was like, "Oh my God, that Hassan." He changed his name when he went to America. David Qasim is gone, but he was saved. So he was telling me like whoever had Jewish names, and they tried to tell us that it's the Jews behind this, and they went, "How could they?" All that. Okay, that's another thing. So I don't. I started to suspect them, and I've made Facebook pages that terrorist David Qasim, and I even told his aunt in Canada. Right, I've disowned that aunt in Canada. So I, he said, no, she said, "No, no, no, he's not the terrorist, and you're not the one who ruined the family that you ruined. And he should be in jail too, Mutahar Usmani. So, oh, and so now in retros, many things I'm connecting, and I could be confusing you, but now in retrospect, even Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi and all these Sunnis that have done terrorism, I don't think it's on religion. I think Abbas Gokul is behind this, Ruqayya Abbas Gokul too. And Sukaina Abbas Gokul too is in Dubai. The last time I heard, my father had told me. Oh, and the wedding thing. Shahudi's wedding, when the mother got angry because they were trying to get a proposal for. She wouldn't even talk to me. She never spoke to me. Nusrat Auntie's place. Oh, this looks like Nusrat Auntie's mother's place. Dimple Kabadia Dil Chata Hai. Oh, I can't play this, sorry, the video. Okay, but it's not important. It's very funny. This Dil Chata Hai movie. And she reminds me of Nusrat Auntie. So her mother's name, Taki uncle and their auntie, house in Karachi, Dil Chata Hai mein, Dimple Kabadia's house. And Dimple Kabadia in that movie reminds me of what a acting. I mean, Nuzat Auntie, Nuzat Auntie. So even when Nuzat Auntie would come to London when we were living there in childhood, I would tell, oh, Nuzat Auntie has come, and I even liked Nuzat Auntie a lot. I was great, and I would be so happy that Nuzat Auntie has come. So Shahudi's wedding, one celebration was in her father's mother's house, parents' house, her dadi and dadas, and their she wouldn't. Sukaina Abbas Gokul wouldn't talk to me at all. Didn't even look at me. She was going through in and out, and I was sitting in the lounge, waiting for Shahudi to come out, and so that they said Shahudi will come out and meet you, or I met Shahudi, and then she's left, and I was sitting in that sofa in that room, sitting there, sitting lounge. Lucky uncle and their aunties. Showed Sukaina was passing by. She was worn that off-white, God knows what, flowery thing. It was quite nice design. I mean, so that was something very creative. Mm. So, uh, but they were trying. But you see, the problem is that Yasin Gokul, such a Sharif man, I couldn't believe it. He saw me alone, so he came and sat next to me outside now, outside there in the garden yard. Right. So maybe that's why Rukaiya Pas Gokul got very angry at me. And they're the jealous kind and all this, right? And maybe even the bomb blast in exit. IRA, किसी को पागल कर दिया कि वो IRA फिर से आए और बम ब्लास्ट करे. सेम करे के yes we did. Home exhibition. पता नहीं, but I'm just going on ranting like this. Oh, Lady Diana's. Oh, महफिल शाह खुरासान. Oh, there's lots connection. Yeah. So, my enemy, like, it wants to, give the me, it wanted to subdue me by giving me such deep depression that I wouldn't even be able to get up in retrospect now. So, दिमाग नहीं चलता है लाइक यू इतने टायर्ड हो जैसे अभी कोई आया और अभी किसने मुझे पूछा और फिर इतने टायर्ड हैं कि सही तरह मुंह भी नहीं दे सकते can't give that face or be kind तो इतनी चिड़े हुए लगे ओके ओके थैंक यू ओके जैसे कि बेजारी से fed up and tired sick and tired of your life and all this और ऐसा मोरल ऐसा ब्रेक करते हैं कि कभी उठ ही नहीं सकते so please be careful. तो अभी जो इन्होंने लंदन को लेडी डायना and it went on the Queen and someone were watching the TV show on the documentary on Lady Diana and there's and they're saying that we suspect someone's saying we suspect the Queen did it and someone's saying ये वो हो रहा था suspicions थे बेचारे पूरा वो किंग क्वीन क्वीन उस टाइम पे क्वीन वैसे मैंने ख्वाब भी देखा था लंदन में तो मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था. I didn't know that the Queen had gone to Islamabad, Pakistan. But I see her in my college with gloves on, and usually, and she's there. And then I find out I had a dream, and my dreams are coming true like this in a very like a that she's Queen has gone to Pakistan, and I'm in London, and she was in Pakistan. So, so sometimes suspecting Abbas Gokul, Ruqayya, Abbas Gokul, the head on this. और इनके वो बहुत नहीं अब्बास गोकल भी है एंड देन सैयद यूसुफ जैदी तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इन्होंने प्लानिंग ऐसी की है कि ये लोग और आई वाज टोल्ड कि ऐसा डराते हैं कि you would think like we think like we started to suspect like Jews are doing it oh ऐसा evidence like बिल्कुल उधर जाता है Jews are doing it you know now ये 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 अमेरिका ने ये ऐसा और like and so that lady told me there's no way I'm going to give you the ID of this woman because वो फिरा भी दिया then in my madness I was saying she has done it I couldn't believe myself what I was saying or thinking and yes I got that in my mind that here there this that even though I remember her telling me if I will not give you the ID, the identity, the name of the witch, I know, but I'm not going to give it to you. And like, there's no one like him. Even another lady or another person's entity, jinn, pure pak, spiritual, said, Abhi jinn ka kitne saal, they have, um, they live more than humans. They could live for 100 years, hundreds. But he said in his life he hasn't seen a jadugarni like her. And when he wants to go to her house, I said, like, can't he go and talk to her? Like I at that time I didn't realize कि ये psychopath, the psychopaths will not stop at anything. Or अभी तो covert narcissists भी आ गए हैं. Ooh, and so many. And some and so the Shia behind this, right? तो अभी शुक्र है कि मैं पहले Arabs समझती थी कि they hate and they could be doing this but recently like I have tried to जो भी मैं इधर कर रही हूँ sometimes give it to the Arabs and all this आराम आराम से ट्रस्ट आने लगा कि ये Arabs तो ये नहीं कर रहे सुन्नी Arabs हमारे तो नहीं कर रहे हैं aunt also told me on the phone कि अगर Arabs मुझे लगता है शिया भी इतना नहीं मानेंगे जितने ये सुन्नी अरब को अगर आप कहेंगे ना but there was another person who said they here they tell us why are you Shias or this and that but anyways my aunt then even then told me that Pakistan शिया हमारे नहीं मानेंगे stubborn जैसे ये तैमूर है ना तैमूर को Shia will not change, but maybe our Arab Sunnis will change here. They can just really understand. Okay. But she told me like she's surprised that they haven't put me in jail. Talking, right? So then I found out that they told me that about BCCI. My father told me that Saudi and all this, right? Who was who broke BCCI, and that Baba Zayed hated Shia. not only Shia Islam, but then a lady here told me that she's got some, and she knows about Her Highness Sheikh Fatma. And Sheikh Fatma bint Mubarak Al Katbi has been a friend of Begum Nusrat Bhutto, and that I checked Wikipedia that time. The Wikipedia had given me, now it's gone. That Begum Nusrat Bhutto was a Shia. I remember in my childhood, like we used to go to Bhutto House. Like, no, the Globe, not the Clifton one. And I've met Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Shaheed, and uh, Shaheed Begum Nusrat Bhutto. And you know how they killed Shah Nawaz, poisoning him. And you know how they got the family to fight against or suspect. वो फैमिली वाले कह रहे कि आसिफ जरदारी कह रहे कि मैंने मुर्तज़ा अली भुट्टो को नहीं मारा है तो उनकी बेटी बेचारी वो अपने बाप से she said that before he died he said he took so this kind of a thing like ऐसा है मेरा भी enemy my enemy is like this like you know तो अभी ऐसा है कि वो ऐसा माइंड कंट्रोल करते हैं कि शायद मर रहे मौत है ऐसा लगता है कि पता नहीं कितने स्टैब्स क्या हो रहा है कितने वोन्स कितने ब्रूसेस मुझे दिए लेकिन मैं मरते कहते हैं ना मरते मरते दम तक कोई इंसान झूठ नहीं बोल सकता है but I think they did something to Murtaza Bhutto that made him believe that wrongly believe. Sorry, Fatima Bhutto, that Asif Zardari had gotten her father killed. Oh, I'm not like लेकिन ऐसा कर देते हैं हाँ like don't even think that अगर आपको dying person से कोई ऐसा वो मिला है तो अगर मैं dying हूँ ना और मैं die करूँ और बोलूँ my aunt did it to me don't believe that oh and you want to even if evidence is in front of you so how to get this so whatever the evidence, the America and all this. So this time I started to think that नहीं नहीं बाबा जाहिद और ये नहीं है ना अलकायदा ना और अगर है भी ना तो इसके पीछे इनको यूज किया गया है बिकॉज शियाओं को मैं दिखाना चाहती हूँ कि ये जो बिलीव करते हैं ये जो टेररिज्म है ये ही सच है ये शिया और नॉट ओनली सुन्नीज और जो सुन्नी बिलीव करते हैं जो अबू बकर से हदीस से आई हैं और आयशा से आई हैं और अबू हुरैरा से आई हैं about Prophet Muhammad, that's the true Prophet Muhammad, not who what Imam Hussein said or the other Imam said, and how they deceived you. And so, yeah, they could have used, but who's behind this? You see the sleeper cell that behind. How shall I say it right? Yeah, behind this, like 7/7. Yusuf Zaidi had gone. Now I start to suspect that Yusuf Zaidi was the terrorist, but there's no name of Yusuf Zaidi, right? No name. They were Pakistani, British origin Pakistani, most of them. 7/7 है और यूसुफ ज़ैदी को मैं कह रही थी this my principal's like sister and the symmetry 7/7/78 our birth dates and or look this date Auntie Hafsa's and I was talking to him so and they had compelled me to say things and all this so maybe so I was when I was in Dubai I text message I can't speak properly now I'm a little gone case I don't know बट ऐसा कर देते हैं लाइक लास्ट नाइट और ऐसे ज़िद्दी हैं और ऐसे चालाक हैं देखो कैसे डिस्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं कैसे लाइक अंडर ये आई मीन ऐसे भी नहीं वो इतने बेवकूफ़ नहीं हैं वो तो चुपचाप बैठे हुए हैं और उनके लाइक they're just enjoying themselves like chupchap silent sitting no one would even know who would say We never dreamt of a Mustafa uncle. I mean, the best family I've ever, in my childhood, better than my family, like 1,000 times better than my family. इतने अफेक्शनेट सबको लाइक ईद पे हम उनके घर जाते थे तो सब कजन्स अंकल को किस कर रही है सुकैना शौदी बच्चे we were kids but when they grew up a little bit even on in summer vacations we used to go and there was Eid they're so affectionate so itne humble and I could never imagine and that's why my mind never went on Ruqayya Abbas Koka on this, but now it has. Even Lady Diana uh, on. So whoever, I mean, see, what I'm going to tell you is like beyond, and I have to bring this out. कुछ भी मिल सके कहते हैं mind control में, so it's like a diary outside, like recorded. I'm not going to record it in my diary. I can't even open my lights here. So and of course I can now jot it down on in my notes. But let me tell you, like what's this? So like authorities concerned, we have to. No, now like in London, I was told if the bobbies, police officers who used to just have one baton or, now they had to hold guns, have guns. And any on suspicion, apprehension will shoot you if you don't stop. If they ask you to stop, we have to interrogate you. And if they run, then we'll shoot to kill because the terrorism was, I heard this was happening in year 2000 after 9/11. Terrorism was growing. So we have to do our part. And every civilian, every human in this global family, friendship, global friends, we have to do our part to save. And we have to go beyond that, beyond the norms now, and not stick in these boxes and norms. You see, this is what his highness like, and want to be politically right, and keep explaining to people. And I'm not, huh, even if I can't explain to people, and I could be a murderer, I could be an adulteress, fornicator, I could be a masturbator, I could, yeah, because you would put all the blame on me. You see, that's evidence that you can see if you catch me, right? But behind it, my aunt told me, "Oh, there's someone that like behind." So I found out, and I told my aunt agreed. So with certain things, I told her, and she said, "Yes, dear." So we needed a very even this person's jinn couldn't do anything until the jinn's daughter. The jinn's daughter came to London, and her father. I made her father cry because I doubted him. He started to cry. So he went away and he said he went to, as he was going to someone, the lady, he was crying that, I've been rude with them. And I wasn't. I was just thinking, oh my God, who can you trust, right? So everyone's under my suspicion. In London, I stopped, like, I started to have the sinking feeling and who to trust. Then, so the daughter came and said she wanted to come in my room in the hostel, Jin's daughter, right? And she wanted to slap me. But then she saw that it's not Zara, it's not me. And that's what the lady told me that in London, it's not you. Okay, so this and oh, so they can make you do. So the person behind these are undercover terrorists, like Yusuf Zaidi, you never suspect, right? Like the Shias. And so they have taken the advantage of Al Qaeda and Taliban, or to get terrorism spread in India, like more rapes happening. We never heard of rapes in India when my father had gone there. Like he told me what he told me about India. eve teasing in mini skirts. We have my father would like faint. Now what is this India? When I went there, they were in mini skirts in the evening, taking public transport, young girls. No one would eve tease them, nothing, even follow them or harass them. So they're getting these things done. And but I don't have evidence, but I have to, at least I can speak about it. I have the right to speak about it. So now we have to break the law. We have to uh, make a different law, right? Like when the bobbies could now take guns out and say, we're going to shoot you. When they didn't even, American police officers I've seen in movies carrying, gun, carrying a gun. Not, never the bobbies, the London police. We have to break, sorry, not break. Uh, so, oh, and such a difficult. So, they could burn something here. I'm also afraid, but I risk everything now. What can I do? If, okay, they could burn a building here or something, dhamaka kar, like in the ship or, you know, so what, go down. Sharjah mein when they tried warehouses, burn the warehouses, fire. One after, 12 warehouses, I don't know, like some 10, 12 years ago. Why Sharjah? Oh, and when we came to Dubai, a family apartment we had here, there was started to be a Jack the Ripper type in Sharjah. And somehow my sister who had just learned driving, somehow we're gone to Sharjah. We lost our, bearings, and she was driving, and now we've ended up in Sharjah. Well, we wanted to go somewhere else. And Jack the Ripper, I've read about in the newspaper, Khalij. My father, Gulf News used to come every month. Gulf News, Khalij Times, I forgot. In the newspaper here. There's here and there, right? They're very clever. Oh, one of a kind. And so I got so this and so what shall we do? Like if you're able, authorities concerned, and like Shias, no one will invest. Please investigate Yusuf Zaidi. Now, how to investigate Yusuf Zaidi when his when they've allowed Britain has allowed the girls to be such an please, I can't talk about I don't know what you this invest see Britain. So Shia, you know, and then one day, even on Yahoo Chat or MSN, then Yusuf Zaidi had gone to London now. So maybe I was thinking, maybe it's been, he told me, can you repeat, can you tell me here? I thought maybe the police have caught him there. Security check. Zahra, you do have, I'm a Shia, right? And you do try, also things like that. He was now in London, right? And I was like, yes. And then udhar dil pighal jata hai, but sometimes in anger when it gets too much. I told him, you're a terrorist. I sent him a text message that maybe the London police, security, all that Interpol would catch the text message. You're a terrorist. And that day, even when we came to Dubai, I felt they gave Sheikh Maktoum a heart attack. Oh, they've given me like a pump. They used to jerk me and then jerk me. And then one day I'm trying to sleep and it's like they gave me a pumping jerk, after the heart attack when they try to bring the heart back to life. What a pump jerk they gave me from a distance, like my whole body, moved. And yeah, I'm moving my arm. It's time to talk to Atif Malik from KPNG Islamabad, and I'm sleeping now. And oh, I get up 10. It's time. Jerked and all this. They can give heart attacks. Sorry, I don't mean to scare you. Okay, so let's not get panicked. But thanks. So you can please watch these videos after all this. So I don't think Sheikh Maktoum they gave a no no. I didn't even know. We get up in the morning we're in Dubai. I've come for my passport. So no no. So whatever you know. And Yusuf Zaidi, I suspect. So Rukaya Babi coming to our new house outside. Hmm. I did Samira auntie outside Khalid Dinahal Mahram. She told my father that she's on steroids. Bones. So my bones are shrinking too. And then I was Shodi and I once maybe I thought maybe our bones are she had a sprain. So Askari uncle said I'm taking her to the hospital. And I used to jump from, maybe the bones. So I thought, oh, I remembered that, but no, no. I thought about You see, I could have thought about this, and when Samira auntie told me, no, told my father that oh, she's got this bone problem and she's on steroids. I didn't think about, mother's bones. Maybe because Shahudi, I felt. Because we were jumping from the staircase, and she sprained her ankle, right foot, the ankle, and then Askari uncle said it was very painful. So maybe I could have thought that Shahudi, because of her mother's their bones must be a little, what do you call it? But it's come on me. My bones were very strong, right? Even my friend Masuma told me your shoulders, you have wide shoulders and all this. So after 15 years, my bones, I started to deteriorate, and my bones, my everything started to pain. I couldn't eat properly food because chewing, my jaw, my bones would hurt. I couldn't laugh like before. We used to laugh our hearts out talking to our friends. And oh, this back, this web place, which now I can't remember. No, but I thought about it, and I'm like, and now you can see it in my arms. Oh, and they can give cancer too. Oh, Mamie, my grandaunt. No, so the bursting of a glass in Mahara, and we have these two very big alums. A Shia had seen in his dream that go go to the sea and you'll find these very long logs and thick ones. Like, oh. So, but I was too long and take them and cut. They had to cut it. It was so long, and they're too long. I was Hazrat Abbas and Imam Hassan's alams, right? So that was Muharram. It was his so Daulat's place in Muharram, Karachi. So my mother's younger sister, my mother was the eldest. My mother's younger sister married, told Mimi. to get water. Mimi, we used to cook for the Muharram. Guests used to. So she went to the kitchen. She's come here. She's come all of a sudden, and she's like repeating that this like she made pickles, put them in jars and things, and she's never been. A first time I saw Mimi saying that, repeating that this water, glass of water that I was taking for, you know, your aunt or her husband has burst in my hands. This water glass has burst in my hands. And I knew it was who wanted it, at least. And like, Mimi, okay, this. So, no, I didn't say anything. I just, water, this water, glass of water has burst in Mimi's hands. Chalo, we said, the man said, uh, Satka, this, that, bad, bala, tali, calamity. Huh? Um, so then my aunt said that, these, my children, two boys, should, science class in the school must have done some experiment or something. So recently I was doing, so, Twin Towers, New York. And Mimi passed away in 1984, 85, stomach cancer. So yeah, it's bad. Sorry, I'm cracking up. How can water burst? So now airports, since I started to say this, now they're not allowing in the luggage, hand luggage, much water for this. I heard. Please be very careful. Water can. So now I heard there's a bomb that's made of water that is in, and the water bursts. Oh, Mimi, you took that. You must. Then my aunt came and went in a kitchen and said, "Oh, you took that. The other one that the boys were experimenting this stuff, but it was kept here. The boys must have kept it." My son's science experiment. We must find that woman, but she's gone. 90. But after this, who's doing this? So one after another, and but the lady in London said there's only one witch. There is this thing. There are these people who are evil and evil eye and hasad nazar karte, jealous, envious, and evil eye they give, but there's only one witch. And please take help. She said, if you don't take help from me, she was asking me for 200 pounds, and I was a student. I said, what will you do? But first, I have to make sure. But I did believe her. The symptoms she told me were like 100% true. But that she said, you're very determined. You should be bedridden. And there are times like I've had shocking incidents, even before 1996, like when I got well, when God helped me, gave me grace, I was in college, I left Mr. Sa. The depression went, and I was very happy. Otherwise, songs I would be crying on inside, very restless. So I was very happy when I joined St. Joseph's College. Oh, the meningitis case. It came to London. In college, the girl has fallen fainted in the parlor, and principal, Mrs. Sattar, I saw and were near her. So I had to go. I asked what's going on. They said this girl has fallen. She has meningitis. I said, no, let me go also, because my principal is there and all the teachers, they're risking their lives. They're now, scouting, sitting next to her. Meningitis case. But when I stepped on the parlor steps, principal looked at me and she smiled. And so Like, okay, I don't have to, I don't know, something just told me that, okay, retrieve, you don't have to. Everything's, like, if my principal is going to get meningitis, they're also caring, the teachers. No one would go near the meningitis patient, only few, right? Very brave people. Like, no one comes here. And of course, I'm also scared that they might. But, and the lady told me you flip and all. Oh, okay, but that's the symptom. Right now, I've come here to tell you. So I had to, that Yusuf Zaidi, I suspect, who they've been paid to go to London to ruin my life, showing that they were helping me, they were the same. So I suspect. Okay, and Temur guy, I found him. I think it's the same. If you put your which one is it? Oh, oh, you know what a funny thing, I wanted to use that other device where I have the Temur. Okay, this is from Sukaina or someone, right? And this guy, Temur guy, he will never let me, like, it's for him, it's like if she wins, so he's like Shia, Shia, Shia. He goes around Arisha's live stream, or Madiha, or Sarkari, uh, Mahalij Sarkar, Shia, Mola, Mola, Mola. Thank God this time he didn't say anything to me. Otherwise, I would have given it to him. But like, I didn't want to spoil. Sometimes I can control myself and not want to spoil. I make my own decision for the case at that time. What I should do. Sometimes I don't mean to spoil your live streams, but and then you have these moderators too. Bichari Arisha has this moderator. But I found out later what kind of moderator Arisha is. So sorry, Arisha, but so the point was that this I shared this on Facebook. So this time, I was checking. Sometimes it's good to do your own research on your case. Who has made you? And of course, now I realize that no matter what evidence I show, they're more, because it's a win and it's for them. It's if I win, they lose. For them, it's Sukaina is paying them, or, you know, and jealousy. Eh, tulsi, but jealousy has no bounds, no limits. And if it gets out of hand, my therapist told me everyone has this jealousy. We're human beings, but it depends on how much. This thing you have to control it. And when I went weak, oh, it was shown inside me what this jealous person can do if they do. If this jealousy is not controlled, चैन ही नहीं आता है, like या तो इनको I started to abuse, and also this time curse. I became a witch. Yeah, and jealousy, if it's not controlled, right? If and I couldn't control it, and insecurity. Yeah, like in Moulin Rouge. So I now understand. I found a Temur, and I've warned him. And in Karachi, I said, when I said I'm going to go door to door, but thanks to this, they made me लाचार बेकस बाज कटे हाथों से तकदीर बना दे मजबूर हूँ लाचार हूँ बेयार हूँ मदद कर okay, they made me disabled, incapacitated, and also uh, I would have been in jail here or in the mental asylum, right? Both are terrible for me. I can't take it. So even then, I took a risk for this helping. But these kind of now I understand. So I found a Tamur there on Farah Zaidi's, like there this community, and I'm going door to door. You Shias. who have done, who have molested, sexually abused, or who are doing whatever they're doing here, right? We don't see. Now I know why Tamil can't see evidence against Shia Sam, and neither can Sakla and Heather. Okay, this Yusuf Zaidi guy and this, they are the ones. Acha. And now I've told Farah, like, who sent you? Oh, you know, St. Joseph's College, your Barker uncle's daughter had come. Like, I've seen her growing up, Gokul family, right? So, oh, Barker uncle was one day telling me I was like the ones who were telling me you become so, you know, you've lost weight and you've become pale and all that. But in that one day I went to the Gokul family. My father wasn't there. They had invited me, another Gokul family. Oh, same Gokul family, another wedding. So Barker uncle met me and said, "Hello, beautiful." I'm like, "Barker uncle, I'm not." I was like, "Oh my god!" But they're very nice, Barker uncle and his wife. But the thing is that Barker uncle's daughter, I have known her since childhood, but I was older to her, and her brother also. Like in London, they were staying. And Murtaza uncle was stayed in Canada. Was in Canada. Murtaza Gokul. So you're very scared. Oh my God! You know, and in Pakistan, the bribery. Abbas Gokul could buy the whole. Now what is it? AG Zurich would be like Abbas Gokul Zurich Bank. Not Habib Bank. It's turned to AG Zurich Bank. Anyways, he's so rich, right? Pakistan, so it would have been impossible. And I keep thinking of my great grandfather's dream. He was from Sharjah. Although his community, some are from Oman, some from Dubai, but the Emirates he's from is Sharjah. So my great grandfather told me when I was worried about someone in the family who had started to have a mental problem, challenge. So I stepped in. My great grandfather came in my dream, 1986, 85, around that year, around that time, and said, "Don't worry, we're with you." So he came with his marja, or Sayyid Mehdi, the Khoja, Ishna Sharis, used to keep our community, Maskati Khoja Luatis, used to keep Sayyid Mehdi's picture. Haji Habib had it in his lounge war room, and we had it in our. Yeah, I thought we had a very long, like very long picture, and it was in my mother's room. I don't know what. Maybe I did on the wall, like Haji Habib had. Sorry, another of my father's community had Sayyid. Was that Sayyid Mehdi? Anyways, I saw this, and then I've met Sayyid Mehdi Al Hakim too in Dubai, and kissed his hand. My cousin, female cousin, was surprised. No, no, he never allowed. How come he made you? How come he allowed you to? But he would keep the abaya on his hand and his arm to allow the. But I said the abaya was on his hand. But how come he allowed you to kiss his hand, like on his hand, and not here on his arm? He told us to kiss his arm, bet allegiance to Imam Mahdi and all the Imams, because Sayyid, right? If he gets. So, anyways, this and cut that short. So, where was I? What was the point? Now I forgot. Sayyid, very crucial point. Sayyid. So, Yusuf Zaidi is Sayyid, right? The point is back to Tamur and all that. Okay, forget that. Then I have forgotten now. So, Oh, so it would have. I remember. So it would have been. It would have. It would have been impossible in Karachi or somewhere else. Even in London, look what they've done to London, UK, Great Britain, right? Or even USA. Impossible. Impossible. Like I can't. You won't. Like we Shias and we. But one person did go insane, and it was sorry, meaning mentally very hard. The mother went pillar to post. I was like, Imam Hussein can't shafa him. He was such an intelligent. And then when I saw my great grandfather, and he's from Sharjah, he said to me, Sayyid Mehdi or Sayyid Mohsen Hakim, maybe in his youth, the picture we had. I know that. I think when I saw Sayyid Mehdi, he looked like that picture we had of the Sayyid. So my father did tell me that his grandfather, my great grandfather's marja was Sayyid Mohsen al Hakim. And I guess Sayyid Mehdi, okay. So he didn't say anything. He was beside my great grandfather. And my great grandfather told me, don't be afraid. Like I was worried. So he could have, Moses, don't be afraid. Don't worry. Oh, throw. So I used to recite that ayat and say, no job. But like he would say to me, I was worried about a person who had my mother's community. I can't talk clearly about that. Who he was, yes. So worried, right? But my great grandfather said, "Don't be afraid. Ijjena Santosa Gadayo. Don't be afraid. We are with you." So this is in on my mother's bed. I went to sleep, and they're like above me, my right side, right in between me and my mother, like this space. They're above, a little bit above me, and I see they're like uh, the face and the chest. What do you call that? Only that part. And they've told me, don't be afraid. Oh no, they didn't tell me. My great grandfather told me, and he died when I was very little. He died in Dubai with he had a heart attack, passed away in Dubai. My mother told me he made me ganja. The child, the baby infant. You do this, take away that virgin hair of the head. That's why my hair is no, no, he was a good person. I really, um, but I saw him in Dubai when I was a little. Huh? Yes, yes, 1974. I came to Dubai when I was 2.5. My mother, 1.5 years old. And no, there's another time I saw him. He was sitting in the old house Dubai lounge with his family. So then I've seen him afterwards. Like that's not important. The other dream, but you see everywhere the whole world is under these terrorist attacks, right? The world is Europe, the but UAE, even Pakistan, India, even Pakistan. So sometimes I remember my great grandfather, and my great grandmother was absolutely wonderful lady, wonderful lady. She had to survive her. So they told me here who killed my great grandfather, who gave him a heart attack, and made my great grandmother live to 90 plus. So I think my great grandfather passed away in 1972. I'm not sure. 1973, Abbas. So we were in Karachi, and I'm not sure which year he passed away, but around after 1971. It must be either 1972, 1973. I don't think so. 1974. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe, but most probably. No, yeah, then I think. So there's a. They told me that there's a black magician that someone has found. Should I? No, who gave my great grandfather uh okay, so what shall we do? Like, it's more than this, stalking. It's like they're sending such energy that could heat also, that could actually too much. The doctor was telling me when I had this problem, breathing problem. So I would have 1989 I started, or 1988. What do you call that? Steaming face. No, for the nose. So the doctor in London told me, have you, this, that's why it stopped that steaming, or in Pakistan, Karachi, because, my skin, I told my doctor, is becoming very dry. It was normal when I was in Karachi American School. Maybe someone will tell me for the skin, take calcium and all this. Bones, and skin, nails, and all this. And then my lips also started to shrink. So in London, I found that the scene. Let me tell you, it was very funny. I felt that my lips are not the same as they were when I was 15 years old, or 17 even. They're shrinking. They're becoming dry and chapped. Oh, I have to tell you about that when I suspect in O levels. That's why we had to go to the bathroom because you. Okay, so this, they're stopping. Lysine, I bought from Selfridges. Vitamin. Ajib halat, like strange. So this, and now Yusuf Zaidi. So Temur, I know. So anyone, all of you who are at least listening now, you haven't subscribed to me. I want, you know, तो जो इस हालत में मुझे, I know your my case is different than you. I would be worried for you if your life could be at stake. But sometimes, like seeing that I'm getting all these kachras here, and you're even this apostate Laila and all, hardly anyone was following her. And so, takh, I mean, it could go on forever. Of course, it's very difficult for you to. So humanity, not the ex-Muslims, but and then help. Anyways, I'm also helping myself. But please don't tell me like what I should, because right now, the world, the laws have to change. You have to change them. And like His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan said to the European, that politically you want to be right. Muslim Brotherhood is. So afterwards, I'm thinking, why would the Muslim Brotherhood go? Have they concert what devil, like against their own Sunnis? Is what is this? And so this really beyond my, like. Why would you be against yours, right? Okay, I have to take a break because there's distraction. Although my mic doesn't, there's no, but I have to take a break and I will come back later. I get distracted. Feeling well. Thank you so much for your time and attention.